and I tell you that Jesus Christ is not a man. Superficial minds see a resemblance between Christ and the founders of empires and the gods of other religions. That resemblance does not exist. There is between Christianity and whatever other religions the distance of infinity. We can say to the authors of every other religion, "You are neither gods nor the agents of the deity. You are but missionaries of falsehood, molded from the same clay with the rest of mortals. You are made with all the passions and vices inseparable from them. Your temples and your priests proclaim your origin." Such will be the judgment, the cry of conscience of whoever examines the gods and the temples of paganism. Paganism was never accepted as truth by the wise men of Greece, neither by Socrates, Pythagoras, Plato, Anaxagoras, or Pericles. On the other side, the loftiest intellects since the advent of Christianity have had faith, a living faith, a practical faith in the mysteries and the doctrines of the gospel. Not only Bossuet and Fénelon, who were preachers, but Descartes and Newton, Leibniz and Pascal, Corneille and Racine, Charlemagne and Louis XIV Feu. Paganism is the work of man. One can here read but our imbecility. What do these gods so boastful know more than other mortals? These legislators, Greek or Roman, this Numa, this Lycurgus, these priests of India or of Memphis, this Confucius, this Mohammed? Absolutely nothing. They have made a perfect chaos of mortals. There is not one among them all who has said anything new in reference to our future destiny, to the soul, to the essence of God, to the creation. Enter the sanctuaries of paganism. You there find perfect chaos, 1,000 contradictions, war between the gods, the immobility of sculpture, the division and the rending of unity, the parceling out of the divine attributes mutilated or denied in their essence. The sophisms of ignorance and presumption, polluted faiths, impurity and abomination adored, all sorts of corruption festering in the thick shades, with the rotten wood, the idol and the priest. Does this honor God or does it dishonor him? Are these religions and these gods to be compared with Christianity? As for me, I say, no. I summon entire Olympus to my tribunal. I judge the gods, but am far from prostrating myself before their vain images. The gods, the legislators of India and of China, of Rome and of Athens, have nothing which can overawe me. Not that I am unjust to them. No, I appreciate them because I know their value. Undeniably princes, whose existence is fixed in the memory as an image of order and of power, as the ideal of force and beauty, such princes were no ordinary men. It is not so with Christ. Everything in him astonishes me. His spirit overawes me, and his will confounds me. Between him and whoever else in the world, there is no possible term of comparison. He is truly a being by himself. His ideas and his sentiments, the truths which he announces, his manner of convincing, are not explained either by human organization or by the nature of things. His birth and the history of his life, the profundity of his doctrine, which grapples the mightiest difficulties, and which is of those difficulties the most admirable solution, his gospel, his apparition, his empire, his march across the ages and the realms. Everything is for me a prodigy, a mystery insoluble, which plunges me into reveries which I cannot escape, a mystery which is there before my eyes, a mystery which I can neither deny nor explain. Here I see nothing human. The nearer I approach, the more carefully I examine. Everything is above me. Everything remains grand, of a grandeur which overpowers. His religion is a revelation from an intelligence which certainly is not that of man. There a profound originality which has created a series of words and of maxims before unknown. Christ speaks, and at once generations become his by stricter, closer ties than those of blood, by the most sacred, the most indissoluble of unions. He lights up the flames of a love which prevails over every other love. The founders of other religions never conceived of this mystical love, which is the essence of Christianity and is beautifully called charity. In every attempt to effect this thing, visan, to make himself beloved, man deeply feels his own impotence. So that Christ's greatest miracle, undoubtedly, is the reign of charity. I have so inspired multitudes that they would die for me. God forbid that I should form any comparison between the enthusiasm of the soldier and Christian charity, which are as unlike as their cause. But after all, my presence was necessary. The lightning of my eye, my voice, a word from me. Then the sacred fire was kindled in their hearts. I do indeed possess the secret of this magical power, which lifts the soul. But I could never impart it to anyone. None of my generals ever learned it from me. Nor have I the means of perpetuating my name and love for me in the hearts of men, and to effect these things without physical means. Now that I am at Saint Helena, now that I am alone, chained upon this rock, who fights and wins empires for me? Who are the courtiers of my misfortune? Who thinks of me? Who makes effort for me in Europe? Where are my friends? Soon I shall be in my grave. Such is the fate of great men. So it was with Caesar and Alexander. And I, too, am forgotten. And the name of a conqueror and an emperor is a college theme. Our exploits are tasks given to pupils by their tutors, who sit in judgment upon us, awarding censure or praise. And mark what is soon to become of me. Assassinated by the English oligarchy, I die before my time. And my dead body, too, must return to the earth to become food for worms. Behold the destiny near at hand of him whom the world called the great Napoleon. What an abyss between my deep misery and the eternal reign of Christ, which is proclaimed, loved, adored, and which is extending over all the earth. Is this to die? Is it not rather to live? The death of Christ. It is the death of God.